Hello, my name is Chris, and welcome back to the Dempsey's Difference. This is a video series where we talk about all things jewelry. And today we're going to talk about rhodium plating. What is rhodium plating? Why should you have your ring rhodium plated? These are a lot of questions that people have, and oftentimes it is something that is associated with white gold. And so if you have a white gold ring, you're going to need to have your ring rhodium plated. Well, what is it exactly? And how often should I have it done? And how is that done? Well, we're going to talk about that today on today's video series. Well, welcome back. As we said before, we're going to talk about rhodium plating. So let's start off with, what is rhodium? What does it mean to have a piece of jewelry rhodium plated? Those are questions we often get. Well, one thing that we need to understand is that all gold mined from the earth is actually pure 24 karat gold. And it's also yellow. So there is no such thing as white gold. So how do we get white gold? Why, when we go into a jewelry store, do we see so many options in white gold? Well, we're going to talk about those things today. Well, first of all, what is rhodium? Well, let me put my scientific hat on here for a minute. Rhodium is a metal that is actually listed on the periodic table. It's number 45 to be exact. It's right beside palladium, which is 46. Rhodium has a symbol of Rh. And one thing to know about rhodium is that it's a member of the platinum group, which you've probably heard of platinum and palladium. And so it belongs to that family. Well, the thing about rhodium is it's very rare and it's very expensive. And it's also very bright white. So that's why we use rhodium to flash white gold with, basically, or to plate white gold with. But why do we need to rhodium plate white gold? Why is it needed? Well, once again, kind of twofold. Remember that all gold mined from the earth is yellow in color. And so in order to get white gold, we have to alloy it down. Well, what do you mean by alloying it? Well, alloying is a process of mixing metals. And so when we want to have a white gold ring, we mix metals with that pure 24 karat gold in order to get 18 karat, 14 karat, and 10 karat. And in doing that, we mix the most commonly known metals for making white gold are palladium, zinc, nickel, and sometimes silver. But most of the time it's palladium, which is, again, part of that platinum group. And so what we do there is we alloy that 24 karat gold down to either 18, 14, or 10, most commonly 14 karat, so that we can have something that's more wearable. You see, 24 karat gold is very soft, and it's not really that wearable for jewelry, and it's going to scratch very easily, and it's not going to hold those stones as tightly. So we alloy it down to make it tougher and more wearable for everyday purposes. Well, how do you do it? How do you rhodium plate a ring, and how long will it last, and why should you have it done? Well, the process is over time, as you're wearing that white gold ring, eventually it's going to begin to yellow a little bit. That's not a problem. You just bring it back into the store, here at Dempsey's especially, or a jewelry store, and you can have your piece rhodium plated, and once again, it's going to look bright white. And then also an added feature to that rhodium is that it gives it a little bit harder surface. It actually strengthens it a little bit and makes it more scratch resistant. Well, guess what? Today we're going to go behind the scenes and we're going to look at how we rhodium plate a ring. So come on, let's go into the shop today and we'll take a look at how do we do that process. All right, well, welcome back in the shop now. We're going to rhodium plate a couple rings now for you and show you that process of how exactly we do that so that you can know when your rings come back into the shop what's going on back here. I will go ahead and take a side note here just to say, go ahead and take time to like and subscribe to our channel because we're going to be showing some really cool things back here in our shop. You're going to get to meet some of our jewelers and you're going to get to see some of the things they do on a day in, day out basis back here in the shop. So make sure you like and subscribe so you can be notified when those videos release. All right, today we're going to rhodium plate a couple rings. So we have a couple here that we're going to show you the process through. The first one is a yellow gold ring with a green tourmaline, baguette diamonds, and princess cut diamonds. This customer has this ring in yellow gold. Well, the problem is she doesn't wear a lot of yellow gold anymore, but she doesn't want to get rid of the ring. She loves the ring. So we're going to rhodium plate it. We're going to make it white. So in essence, we're kind of changing it to white gold, but it's still yellow. But we're going to show you how that process is, converting this ring from yellow to white and how we do that. Secondly, we're going to rhodium plate a white gold ring that we're finishing for a customer right now. This is one that we've had from Royal Casting. We're going to show you that process of how we got it to here in the stone set. And now we're getting ready to rhodium plate it. You'll notice it's white gold. It's mostly white, but it has a little bit of a yellow hue to it. So we're going to make it real bright white. And then also, as I mentioned before, it's also that rhodium is going to give it a little bit harder surface to allow it to not get so scratched so easily. As you can see, this is a mirror finished piece. So this will allow it to not be scratched as easily. So let's show you that process now as we rhodium plate these two rings. The first step in rhodium plating is going to be high polishing the piece. So we'll take the piece to the buffer to remove any scratches that might be left on the surface. And then we go into the ultrasonic cleaner to remove any of the dirt and oil and the grime that gets in behind those stones. Then we steam clean it to give it a little extra boost of cleanness. Then we go into the electro cleaning solution. Then we rinse off the electro cleaning solution with distilled water to make sure none of that solution is left on the piece before it goes into the rhodium bath. We like to let it agitate into the rhodium bath for at least a minute or longer depending on what the piece is to allow that rhodium to really adhere to the metal, which will make it look really bright, white, and clean, and also get in all those little crevices. It's a really cool process. And then the final step is rinsing it off in distilled water once more to remove any of the rhodium solution. Of course, all this is done under a ventilation hood to protect us from the fumes that the rhodium gives off. Now on to the white gold ring. Once again, the electroplater is set, and into the electro cleaning solution it goes, cleaning that piece one final time. And then we'll rinse it off in the distilled water and then on to the rhodium bath, where the magic happens. Thanks for watching another episode of the Dempsey's Difference. Today we talked about rhodium plating. I hope that you were able to learn something about the rhodium plating process, and also hope you enjoyed getting to see the behind the scenes of how it's done. Make sure you go ahead and take time again to like and subscribe to our channel. And again, if you have any comments, please make those comments below. If there's some questions you have about rhodium plating, please ask those questions or feel free to give us a call at the store. The number will be on your screen and we'll be glad to help answer any of those questions. Or better yet, come in and see us. We'd love to see you. And then don't forget that if you have any ideas for future videos, please leave those in the comments below as well. And from all of us at Dempsey's Jewelers, God bless you and have a great day.